Hello, my dear students. Today we can study about nutrition in human beings. So, we have already studied what is nutrition, which are the modes of nutrition and all. So, the nutrition in human beings takes place in the digestive system. Now, we can look which are the different parts of the digestive system. So, here, mouth, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. These are the different parts of our digestive system. So this is a long tube that runs from our mouth to anus, and the tube is called alimentary canal, and it is about 9 meters long. And along with these organs, three glands are also opened into the alimentary canal. Which are the three glands? Salivary gland, then liver and pancreas. Okay, so along with these organs, salivary glands, liver and pancreas are also opened into the alimentary canal. So now we can study the nutrition in human beings. So which are the 5 steps of nutrition? What is the first step? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Ingestion means what? Process of taking food into the body. So in our body, food is ingested through our mouth. Then second step is digestion. What is digestion? Digestion is the process of breaking down complex food into simpler form. So here when we are taking the food, food is a mixture of carbohydrate, fats and proteins. So after digestion, this carbohydrate changes into its simpler form, glucose. Proteins will change into the simpler form, amino acid, and fat will change into the simplest forms, fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so what happened to the food after digestion? Carbohydrate will change into glucose, proteins will change into amino acid and fats will change into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so the first step, food is now in our mouth. What all things are there in our mouth? Teeth is there, tongue is there and saliva is there. So we know we have 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, molars and premolars. And this will help us to bite, tear, chew and grind our food. So the food is broken down into smaller pieces. So here physical digestion takes place in our mouth. Then what happens? The tongue will help to mix the food with our saliva. And now the food is mixed with saliva. And for digestion, there are some enzymes helping in our digestion. So some enzymes are helping to break down the food or digest the food into simpler form. So in our saliva, there is an enzyme called salivary amylase. So what is the name of the enzyme in saliva? Salivary amylase, that is present in the saliva. And this salivary amylase, that is an enzyme, and it won't act on protein and fat. It is acting only on the carbohydrate. So starch is a form of carbohydrate. The salivary amylase will change or digest the starch into a sugar. So the salivary amylase digests the starch into a sugar called maltose. Okay, so what about the digestion of starch? Is it complete here? No. We study carbohydrate after complete digestion changes into glucose. But what happens here? Starch is changed only into maltose, into a form of sugar called maltose. So digestion is not completed, only started. So in our mouth, now we can say digestion of our body takes place or begins in our mouth. Then what happens? So this partially digested food, fat and protein is remaining like that itself. Then that partially digested food passes down through a tube called esophagus, or another name of the tube is food pipe. So this food will pass down or move downwards. And the walls of this esophagus or food pipe have some muscles that will contract and relax. And this contraction and relaxation of the muscles help to push the food downwards. So the food will move only downward. So it will push the food downwards. And that movement, contraction and relaxation movement of the muscles of the walls of the food pipe is called peristalsis. Peristalsis. So what is peristaltic movement? The expansion and contraction or rhythmic movement of the muscles of the walls of the food pipe is called peristalsis. So this peristaltic movement helps to push the food downwards into our stomach. Now the food reaches our stomach. And the stomach is a J-shaped organ that is present towards the left side of our body. And from mouth, is food reaches the stomach within 8 seconds itself. Food reaches our stomach, and the food remains in the stomach for about 3 hours. The food is churned in our stomach for 3 hours. So there should be some gap between our meals. Otherwise, the stomach won't get enough time to digest the food. So the stomach will take about 3 hours to digest the food, or partially digest the food. And where inside the stomach, food is churned and grinded into a semi-solid paste. And the walls of the stomach have 3 tubular glands. And these glands will secrete some juices called gastric juices. So the juices secreted by stomach is called gastric juices. And there are 3 types of gastric juices. First one is HCl. Then second one is an enzyme called pepsin. And third one is mucus. So which are the gastric juices? HCl, hydrochloric acid, enzyme called pepsin, and mucus. So these are the 3 gastric juices that is present inside the stomach. And first we can look what is the function of hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid, we know that is one acid. So it will mix with the food and changes the medium of food to acidic. So it changes the medium of food to acidic medium. If, then only this enzyme pepsin can act on the food, or enzyme pepsin can digest the food. So HCl helps to change the medium of food to acidic medium for the action of the enzyme pepsin. Then second function of HCl is that it will kill the germs that enter into our body along with our food. So it kills the germs. Okay. The next, enzyme pepsin. Function of enzyme pepsin is that it helps to digest the protein in our food. So in our mouth only digestion of starch has started. So the digestion of protein begins in our stomach by the action of the enzyme pepsin. And here it begins to digest the protein only. So digestion of protein is not completed in our stomach. So this function of pepsin is that it digests the proteins. Okay, so enzyme pepsin digests the proteins, but digestion of protein is not completed in the stomach. Then what is the function of this mucus? We know HCl, that is one acid. If it touches the walls of our stomach, it may burn the walls of the stomach. So this mucus layer will protect the walls of the stomach from the burning action of the hydrochloric acid. So this mucus layer is protecting the walls of the stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid. Okay. So in this video, part 1 of nutrition in human beings, we have studied what happens to the food in our mouth and in our stomach. From stomach, the partially digested food will go to the small intestine. So in the next video, part 2 of nutrition in human beings, we can study what happens to the food in our small intestine and what is the role of liver and pancreas in the digestion of our food. So don't forget to watch part 2 of nutrition in human beings. Please watch that also. Okay, thank you.